Hi everyone, welcome to Back Porch Theater. I am Miranda Jonte. I am in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, which is as far east as you can get away from where I grew up in Northern California in the Bay Area. Tonight is Wilma with the Weather by Asher Wyndham. And some of you might be saying, you keep doing a lot of Asher's work. Asher keeps writing a lot of work, so there's always more for me to do. And what's great about Asher is that he writes people not only from all walks of life. I had a theater professor say, theater is not about the day that nothing happened. I say theater is about the day the shit hits the fan. We don't go to see people behaving appropriately. We go to see id and ego and suppression and blooming and blossoming and regret. And Asher writes people the way theater should be, at their and its respectively most base. Now, whether that is on the surface or whether it is being sublimated, that's what Asher does. And isn't that what you want as an actor? The answer is yes. So this is called Wilma with the Weather. And I received a haul, H-A-U-L, of vintage clothes, and this seemed absolutely perfect for tonight. I've got my pointer. What? You'll see. And I was trying to figure out the lighting. I need one more light here, but I actually don't, because Back Porch Theater is real theater in real time. I read through the piece that I've picked either by my own selection or it's sent to me and it gels with what I do twice the day of, no more, no less, sometimes less, if I want to be surprised or if I think I've gotten it. And then I go and I see how it goes. And sometimes I find that track right away and sometimes I don't. And it's better when I don't, because I work with everything I have and can think of in the moment to try and find that right track to get me there. Maybe it's this, maybe it's this, maybe I just need to speed up, etc., etc. So, Asher Wyndham. Character, Wilma with the Weather, 40s. A weather anchor for evening news, any race, she is not skinny. That's very important. Dressed for live broadcast. Time, live on-air evening news, early winter. Place, the studio in Boise, Idaho. There should be a green screen, but I'm not performing this. I'm doing it from my home. While gesturing to the green screen with a pointer, she shows the air mass's trajectory from top left to bottom right. I meant to look up, is it Perrin Bridge, P-E-R-R-I-N-E, over Snake River Canyon, or Perrine, or Perrin? I'm gonna say Perrin. Okay, my dog is right behind me on the couch, incredibly impressed with his mother. And again, I get nervous, so I'm gonna, this is really great. There is, oh my gosh, there's a matching skirt. All right, here we go. Later this evening, an air mass from the Gulf of Alaska will barrel its way through Magic Valley, settling for the next 48 hours. With this weather, we will see the complete opposite of last week, which was just a sugaring snow, to be honest. This time, sorry, it'll be a doozy. Up to 2 inches of wet, heavy snow. Yuck, I know. Please, my friends, be on the lookout for high-profile vehicles like rock salt trucks and snowplows. Recommend going below the speed limit because there may be black ice, especially on this. Yes, the Perrin Bridge over Snake River Canyon. And can't forget, make sure those windshield wipers boom, 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 are working and have plenty of wiper fluid because visibility may be impaired for your journey to work. And no, ladies, don't do your eyeliner while driving this week. My college improv is being useful this evening. No eyelining. Joking aside, let's transition next to the local weather here in Boise. We will see a chilling effect tonight, a few degrees below freezing, but luckily the snow will not be as heavy, only half an inch, but still wet. So be cautious if you are out and about. For Thursday morning, we are expecting, no. Before I focus on the rest of the week's weather for Treasure Valley, I must take some time to focus on a forecast that hasn't changed. My producer gave me the green light before broadcast for addressing this, but not at this exact moment. He wanted it at the end, but I just can't do that. No, I need to do it right now. Even if my producer told me not to speak about this, I would have done it anyway. Yes. Because sometimes a woman has to deliver the news that you don't want to hear. Isn't that right, ladies? Oh, no, control room. Guys, I see the clock, but we're not switching to other news. The weather phenomenon across the region, the entire state for that matter, is a dark mess, a pollution, a heavy stagnation in the air, and it's not on this map. The control room can't show it on my green screen. Viewers, we have a pressure system of a different sort, a toxic atmosphere of misogyny and sexism, and it's not moving because it's disgustingly stratified, and it's not dissipating because it's disturbingly localized. The phenomenon is not measured by any weather index, no. It's measured by the Idaho Shame Index, which has been in use as far back as 1896, when women were granted suffrage in this state. You might be thinking, did Wilma put a little bourbon in her coffee before the broadcast? Nope. What I am getting at is, for the past 3 months, this misogyny and sexism has been like a dark cloud over my head. You see, I've been criticized on the internet, on message boards, below articles that I have written, and on my Facebook page for Idaho Weather. Criticized isn't the right word. Bullied is a better word. But I want to be more specific, honest. I've been body shamed, and sadly, but not surprisingly, sexually harassed. I've printed some of it out. The camera guy should be only capturing you from head up, or just keep the camera. Another guy responded below the post, she's more of a Betty than a Wilma. And then a series of laughing and barfing emojis. Another guy responds, they should just keep the camera on the weather maps, just her voice. And then another guy responded, why don't they just fire her and replace her with a weather guy? I have been called so many names that this could go all the way to the end of the newscast. Sack of potatoes, wide load, fat, and then followed by the F word and fugly. No, control room, keep rolling. Zoom in. Men have mostly commented on my stomach. Whatever she wears, it just makes her more sloppy. She has a trucker's gut. Looks more like a weather guy. They've wondered, is she pregnant with an alien baby again? Is she Jabba the Hutt's little sister? Does she not care about her appearance? Does she like being so unattractive? Reportedly, they've suggested the station should give her a free membership to the gym. And the worst comments are sexual in nature. I will choose to read just one to you. Who would bleep her? For many of you, this will come as a complete shock because I haven't brought this up on air before. You will think, how can men be so cruel? You're just a weather anchor, and I know, I'm great at the job. But I'm not just a weather anchor and meteorologist, not just Wilma with the weather. I'm also a woman on TV, a woman in the media. I am a woman of this time and day, and sadly with that comes some nasty weather, right? You might be thinking, Wilma, girl, ignore those guys. Just ignore them, but I can't. I can't. Because as your weather anchor, I cannot ignore a blizzard of patriarchy, an avalanche of male expectations of female beauty and body, a thundercloud of insults and cruelty, a forecast that is trying to damage my reputation, my very worth as a professional and as a woman. If it's happening to me, it might be happening to you or another woman or a girl you know. I must address my critics, my bullies, these anonymous, cruel men out there. Don't turn the channel. Don't turn the channel. Look at me. At my face. Listen. Get off my Facebook. Stop messaging me. Get a life. Stop being pieces of crap. Refrain from bullying. These are not Russian bots. These are real men of Idaho. Your husbands, your boyfriends, your brothers, your fathers, your teenage sons, commenting on a female weather anchor's appearance and body without caring how destructive this is on not just one woman, but all women out there. Just as destructive as a blizzard downing power lines, hurling rigs into ditches, freezing power grids. Either they have totally forgotten this or they don't care. These men criticize me even though I have had some health issues resulting in my body changing since I started at this station. I look this way because of severe ovarian cysts. Non-cancerous, thank God. Oh God, please don't send any flowers or cards. These cysts means that losing weight is difficult, and it causes a lot of pain in my body. Sometimes when I'm live on air in front of the screen, the state maps, while delivering you the latest forecast, all while knowing verbal attacks on my body continue. So how about a little empathy, guys? I know in our society and country, empathy is the rarest phenomenon. A warm front blasting away a cold one. Now, how about we transition next to weather for the rest of the week in Boise? Commercial break? Okay. Okay, you win. But after the break, a little bourbon in the coffee? Why not? It's deserved. Wilma is back for the Boise weather, Thursday to Saturday. The way that women and men in the media are eviscerated for looking a certain way is nothing new. It's just more prevalent because now it's easier because we're so connected. And I'm going to sit down and see how that goes because this is really important to me. It doesn't matter. And you might say, Miranda, you're slender. It doesn't matter what you look like, whether you're 400 pounds, 140 pounds, you will be attacked for how you look. I've dealt with disordered eating for 22 years, and it's something I would not wish on anybody. It is a hellish place to be and a way to live. And it robs you of your life and of your time. And I remember when I was at my skinniest, I was maybe 107 pounds. This was right before I was I withdrew from grad school and I went to the hospital. A guy walking past me on the street said, "Eat a steak." The entitlement to comment on other people's bodies. And then I was with a boyfriend who knew my history of disordered eating, and he said to someone who was very thin, a woman, of course, he said, eat a burger. And I took him to task for it, and I said, what if she's grieving? What if she's on the widow's diet? What if she's in cancer treatment? What if? But none of that should matter. The way heavier people are treated is they are ostracized. And it doesn't matter that they are that way, other than health reasons, but only if they want to address it. It doesn't matter how they got that way. It's none of your fucking business. What I have to say to people who think that they have a right to comment on other people's bodies or lifestyle is shut the fuck up. 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 Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I could go on. Was it Betty Friedan? No, or was it Naomi Wolf? It was Naomi Wolf, sorry, who wrote the essay that being skinny is something perpetrated by the patriarchy to keep women in subservience. And I just saw that the other day and I went, oh, that's interesting. This thing that we strive for through deprivation. I am more powerful now by owning myself and the literal and figurative weight that I bring to the table, because I have chosen to like myself, versus doing penance on a treadmill. Why are we so threatened by people who choose to be okay with themselves? It's going to sound trite. It's because we're not okay with ourselves. That's why. What does my heavier body have to do with you? Nothing. What does my skinnier body have to do with you? What do I, as a gay male, and my gay husband do that threaten you? Absolutely nothing. So shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Be kind. Be kind. If someone has lost weight, maybe saying, oh my gosh, you look so great is not the thing to do. Maybe it's not only not the first thing that comes out of your mouth, but it doesn't come out of your mouth at all. When you're talking to impressionable people, you're so smart. You're so helpful. I love the way you notice things. It's so great how curious you are. It's not about their bodies. It's not about their looks. The most beautiful people I know love themselves. So I want you to take this with you. Oh my God, and then it turned into a TED Talk. If you have a retort or something to say to someone, ask yourself, am I being loving toward myself when I say this? I mean, you can justify, oh, I'm saying this for their own good. Fuck off. Will this be good for me to say out loud to them? So that is Wilma with the weather. We got more coming up later this week. Take care of yourselves, my loves.